In today's video, we shall take a closer look at the first law of thermodynamics. Assume you have a gas sample and you add heat to it. Let's assume by dq joules. What's going to happen to this gas sample? Well, two things can happen. The first thing, the internal energy of that gas sample would change. And the second thing, there will be certain amount of work done by this gas on the surroundings. So according to conservation of energy, we can write the amount of heat added equals that change in internal energy plus the amount of work done. As simple as that. So this is the first law of thermodynamics. Let's look at this work. Assume that this is the initial state of that gas sample. The volume is VI, and it goes into the final state where the volume is VF. The total work done in this process is given by the following expression. So the total work is the integral of incremental work done by this gas sample as it goes from the initial state to the final state, which can then be written in terms of an integral of V as follows. Now the lower limit of this integral is the initial volume of the gas sample, and the upper limit of the integral is the final volume of the gas sample, like that. So let's look at this expression from geometrical point of view. Now we know that if you have an equation, let's say A equals an integral of y dx, and the graph of y as a function of x is given by, say, like that, then A is quite simply the area under that graph between two limits. If those two limits are, let's say, xi and xf, those are the lower limit and the upper limit for that integral. So from this result, the geometrical interpretation is such an expression refers to area under the graph. Likewise, applying that concept to this expression, you see that if you have a graph of pressure versus volume, and the graph is given by, let's say, like that. So if you have a lower limit for that integral being VI and upper limit is VF, that means this integral right there represents an area under this pressure volume graph from VI to VF, namely that region. So that area represents the work. So if you are given pressure volume graph, you can determine the work by simply computing the area under that graph between two appropriate limits. Now let's look at the first law of thermodynamics as we have just defined a few minutes ago. When the system of gas is subjected to, say, a process where no transfer of energy or heat occurs, so this term goes to zero. In such a process, the change in internal energy is quite simply the minus of the work done. This is what we know as the adiabatic process. It says that if the change in work is positive, then the internal energy decreases by the amount of work. Conversely, if the work done on the system is negative, then the internal energy of the system increases by that amount. The second process is the constant volume process. In this case, if the volume of the system is held constant, then there is no work done, because work is dependent on the change in volume. What that means is, if the heat is absorbed by the system, the internal energy of the system increases. Conversely, if the heat is lost during the process, the internal energy will now decrease. The third process that we are interested in here is the so-called cyclical process. What is that? A cyclic process is a process in which after certain interchanges of heat and work, the system is restored to its initial state. That means in a form of PV diagram, it can be represented by a bunch of process that takes off from certain point and comes back to the same original point, such as the one shown here. That is an example of a cyclical process. For such a process, an intrinsic property of the system, in this case the internal energy, doesn't change. So the amount of heat added or removed quite simply becomes the same as the amount of work done by the system or on the system. So for this particular example, if you are asked to determine the amount of change in heat or the amount of heat added, all you have to do is to determine the area of this shaded region, because that represents the net work done. Let's try to understand these concepts by looking at the example below. In figure below, a gas sample expands from 1 cubic meter to 4 cubic meter, while its pressure decreases from 60 pascal to 15 pascals. But this is accomplished using 3 paths, A, B, and C. Find the work done by the gas if its pressure changes with volume via path A, path B, and path C separately. We want to determine work. We know work is defined as PdV, that integral right there. We're dealing with a PV graph, so all we have to do is to figure out the area under the graph. Let's look at path A. The area under that path A graph is that. It is just a rectangle with that side and that side. So the horizontal length is 3 cubic meter. The vertical length is 60 pascal. So you get 180 joules. Now let's look at path B from here to there. So the area under that red graph is that, which consists of a right angle triangle and a rectangle. So the area of this right angle triangle is half times this side, which is 45 pascal, and this side is 3, which is 67.5 joules. To this we have to add the area of the rectangle. The area of the rectangle is 15 pascal times 3 cubic meter, which is 45 joules. So together, the total work for path B is 112.5 joules. We emphasize, just like part A, the answer to part B is positive number because it involves an increase in volume as it moves from this point to that point. Now let's look at path C. It goes like that and like that. So the area under the graph is just this, because the first part of that graph or the path is where the volume does not change, so it doesn't contribute to the work. Only the second part contributes. So for part C, this length is 15 pascal, and that length is 3 cubic meter. So you get 45 joules. And that solves the problem. Problem 2. A gas within a closed chamber undergoes the cycle shown in the diagram below. Find the net energy added to the system as the heat during one complete cycle. Let's assume we start from point A, so it goes to B, C, back to A. So we are dealing with a cyclic process. In cyclic processes, the change in internal energy is 0. So that means the amount of heat added equals the amount of work done. As we have discussed earlier, the work done equals the area of that shaded region. However, one important thing to note is that you have two paths that contribute to change in volume. The first one is from A to B. The volume increases. And the second one is B to C. The volume decreases. The volume decrease part introduces a bigger area than the volume increase part. So that means we are expecting a negative area, namely a negative work. So the work done in this case is negative of that area of that right angle triangle. So the magnitude of the area of the triangle is half times that length, which is 15 Pascal, times that length, which is 2 cubic meter. And you get minus 15 joules. And that's it. That solves the problem. As always, thank you for watching.